Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman with Skyrim SE Retired Slow Play, part number 28. We have just been given a quest by the Moth Priest, who is sadly blinded from reading the first Elder Scroll, to go to some special glen to find a special knife or something to get some special bark that will bring us some special moths that'll give us the ability to read the Elder Scrolls to figure out what we're supposed to do next. So that's a lot of special stuff there, and it's a very unique quest. This is all part of the Dawnguard download DLC, part of the figuring out this vampire problem, which, we got a vampire who's now our companion, but she's a friendly vampire. She doesn't try to kill us, and in fact, she tries to help us a lot. And Serana's probably one of my favorite characters in the game, and I absolutely adore her. And I know people don't like her, but I just saw a recent question on Reddit about that, and who's your favorite character, and that's mine, because I felt like she had been used as a pawn by her parents in their ongoing feud between what should happen and not happen. Her father does seem to be the more evil of the two. He thinks that they should remove the daytime, and then the vampires can move freely 24/7 in the world. And Serena's mother completely disagrees with that, and in fact hid Serena away for a few hundred years so her father couldn't get to her. So we're trying to resolve this problem and stop her father, and that's what all this part is about. So we do have a very long road to get to where we need to go for that special place we're supposed to go to. So we'll get there. It's on the very far northwestern part of the map, and we're on the southeastern part of the map, and that's okay. We could do a few things along the way to before we get there. But I just got on my horse and these vampires show up. Like, geez Louise. And I completely missed that I had contracted the vampire disease. But what's interesting about that is they didn't get close to me, I didn't think. So I guess we could catch vampirism from even being in the vicinity of vampires, because I'm pretty sure that they didn't even get close to me. So I thought that was a little bit strange. But anyway, whatever. They're dead now. And we're going to clean up from them. And it's like, I don't know. Serena doesn't seem to feel bad about it. She protects me and sticks by my side even when vampires are attacking me. Anyway, I had not noticed that I had contracted vampire's disease. And if you don't cure it within 3 days or nights, whatever it is, then you can become a vampire. And I never want to become a vampire. So I do keep cure disease potions on me at all times. And that is the reason why. So I'll catch this later, but I did not. I mean, when looking back at this, it's like, how could I have missed that? Somehow I did. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to continue on here. I think we've sold everything that we need to sell, but we could double check and see if there's anything else that we can get rid of. You saw me cut to the right there. There's like 3 different entrances into Riften if we were going there, and I always go in the front door where the stable is, because that's where I know, that's how I always can remember where my horse is. And if I don't run into trees like a dope, I was sprinting and just not, you don't have much control on cornering. So I decided to go ahead and run in here real quick and see if we have anything else that we can sell to lighten our load just a little bit. And I take a quick look at, what weapons do I have? I've got a couple things. I got these dark arrows and bows I think we got from those seducer bandits, I think they're called. I'm also looking at this Gadnor's staff of charming. I'm not going to use that. And I'm not going to use that huge heavy axe mace or whatever the heck it is. And it says it's worth a little over 3,000 gold. So I'd rather have the gold than have that. And I don't have any desire to display it. It just doesn't mean anything to me. It was a very strange quest, and I'm glad that I did it. But I don't have any need to display that. I try to only keep things that for display that mean something to me. They were just something that was given to me for some special reason, and that one just didn't mean too much to me, I guess. I mean, I'm glad we were able to put that guy at rest, even though Serana did resurrect him once. Kind of like he has one last hurrah. But I don't see any reason to keep that or a lot of the weapons and things that we are given. And so Grolka, she's so rude, but she buys about everything. So I do tend to use her a lot just because she buys about everything. Some things that the other ones won't. Like, look at that. I can get 332 gold for that. And that's why I'm pondering that. Is there anything I'm going to use it for? Nope, I'm not going to use it for that. She would give us 1,300 for that big mace thing if we wanted to sell it to her, but I think we could get more from someone else, and she didn't have that much gold, so that's okay. She's down to 225. I'll just sell some things that whatever I can that fits within it. We're going to hang on to that vampire armor because if we decide to do enchanting, I would love to enchant some better vampire armor for at least Serana, if not myself. What I'm doing here is sold a couple of scrolls. See, she buys scrolls, so that's one reason to stop by and see what she'll buy. And Brand Shay will buy a lot of things too. And so I often check in here and say, okay, how much do you have? He's got 750. I don't have anything I want to buy from him that would increase that so that I could sell it. That's one way that you can you can sell things that are worth quite a bit more. You can buy things you need. I had been looking at those boots for a while. I didn't need them anymore. Those are the ones that I got from becoming the Archmage that were in the Archmage home, house, room, whatever it is. So I realized I didn't need them anymore. I had no reason to have them. I suppose I should check Serana, but at the same time, I really hate to not have her dressed like she is. She's a vampire. I assume that if I gave her other things to wear, she would switch to them if they were better than what she's wearing. So therefore, I want to try and eventually get some vampire boots and other armor that looks similar or exactly like what she's currently wearing. I don't know if we'll get some at the end of the Dawnguard quest line. I don't know what we end up with. So we'll wait and see on that. But if she doesn't at the end of that, then I'll see what I can do about working on enchanting some better armor for her. Because I see oftentimes she's getting whacked pretty bad. She's a good fighter. She's got good mage skills. But I really think that, she probably needs some help. I gave her a ring recently, and I see that she's wearing it and increased her health by 20. So I want to do some more of that to give her some more, a better chance of hanging in there with me. So anyway, you can see her wandering along. If these people seem nervous, which makes me nervous. So she doesn't like coming into towns where people don't like vampires, which is pretty much every town. Decided to run in here and talk to the crazy alchemist lady. She's a hoot. I love talking to her. She's so funny and always comes up with really weird things that she says. I wanted to check with her and see if she had any spell tombs of things that would help me that I didn't already own. I was like, I should have probably checked ahead of time, but so I wanted to check and see what she had. I also noticed that I'm up over 30,000 in gold now. I really like that. I'm really happy about that. So I'm just taking a quick look and seeing, because I was hoping that I had a better, like, frost spell of some kind. I don't know, a cold spell. And it just doesn't look like it. There's a frost rune, and I don't like that spell. It puts a frost thing on a surface, and and the way I look at it, creatures are constantly moving around. And there was a ice spike that I didn't have yet. It does 25 points of frost damage. So I thought, okay, that's just going to be as close as we can get. I don't like the ones that put a rune somewhere on a wall or whatever. I just don't like doing that. I want something I can shoot at them, like a fireball or something. So just taking a quick look and see if there's anything else that she had that I needed. The answer is no. And then I thought, let's see if she'll buy something that I have that I'm trying to get rid of. And, you know, she would probably buy extra spell tombs. She'll buy that nerve shatter, but she only has 766. So she doesn't have nearly enough gold to buy it. So we're not going to be able to use her for that, but that's okay. I just thought I would just also go ahead and read that spell tomb, and now I have learned Ice Spike. So hopefully that'll help us along. I knew I needed a little bit better frost or ice or something instead of lightning bolt. It does 25 points of damage, which is great. It's shock, but sometimes you need something with ice. Like if you're fighting like a fire atronach, Ice Spike is good to help to get rid of them. So that's why I was looking at that. I do have another quest that's right on the way to where we're going. So there were some books that we're supposed to pick up. It's a quest I accidentally picked up from that library guy at the Arcanium and at the Mage College. And so I thought we might pick up that one too. We got a couple along the way that sort of made sense to me. Again, I do not fast travel, so I like to try and kind of combine my quest in a specific area. And that way I'm kind of being efficient with my questing and my traveling. Because when you don't fast travel, you do traverse back and forth across the map all the time. And if you can get quests from various people that are centralized, then it makes it much more efficient. I have not done a very good job of picking up quests from the various towns. I think the most I've really worked on is Windhelm, and I haven't even gotten all of those. So I need to start working on that very soon. I'm just kind of focused on, like right now, I'm focused on the Dawnguard. I really would like to wipe out Serena's father. I think that concludes that quest line, but I don't know for sure. I don't remember. I've only done it maybe once, twice, possibly. So what I'm doing is look around. Where'd Serena go? And then I was trying to find, there's some kind of a pathway back here, and I couldn't figure it out where it's at. That gets me in that direction that I wanted to go in without having to go all the way north. And I keep missing it. You can see that road that runs along there, and so I should have probably gone around the other side of Riften to get to, if you go around the other side, it's hard to explain. If you go around on the eastern side of Riften, it would let me pick that road up. And that's why I'm looking here going, what the heck? So sorry about, getting not really lost, but not getting where I wanted to go. So it's like, okay, let's just go. If we go this way, we can get to where we're going. You can see my marker for the whatever it is that we're looking for that Arcanium guy. Is his name Urog? I can't remember his name. So anyway, I was getting frustrated, and I was like, just go. I want to move. I don't want to make you guys sit here and watch me think about things and try to figure it out. So sorry that I made you suffer through that for a minute. Eventually we'll get going where I want to go. Yeah, I'm still looking at it going, is this the right way? A little bit off track here, but that's okay. I like going around the water areas. You often find Nern roots, although I'm really trying really hard not to be so OCD about the Nern roots. I don't know what we can use them for. If we decided to get into potion making, I should probably eat one to find out what at least one of the effects are. I think that's how you can find out your first effect on an ingredient, but I haven't done that yet. think I have almost 30 Nern roots collected, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make myself stop. It's just an old habit from my Oblivion obsession days, where it was a quest, very long quest line where you collect so many and take them back to this guy, and he makes you special potion for dungeon crawling, and then you take 20 more, and then you take 30 more and 40 more, and you just keep doing that, and he keeps making you potions. So it was a long quest line, but it's really hard to break those habits. When I hear that lovely sound and I see that glowing green, it's just daggone near impossible for me not to go pick it up. It's like, oh, these daggone wolves, 3 of them. It's like, go away. I really hate you guys. I don't get anything for them. They're just in my way, and they annoy me. So here I'm kind of looking, saying, well, what road do I need to be on to get the closest as I can, because I'm trying to stay on the roads as much as I can. The closest road to get to that location that we're trying to find. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm on the bridge, even though I don't see the bridge on the map. I knew I was on the bridge, so I was looking at it saying, does this act? Because I knew there's places where it looks like you can go across the water, but there's no bridge. And that I'm using, Quality World Map, that has much better roads and helps a great deal. They don't put the bridges in so that I can see that I can go across the water right there. I can see the road comes up to each side, so I'm just assuming that there is going to be a bridge there that I can cross. That's what I was confirming, because I don't believe I'd ever tested out that with this mod, that I haven't had that long. When I first started this series, we're on number 28 right now. When I first started this series, I didn't have that mod. And so I was getting lost tons more than I still am, but a lot more than I am right now. And so I thought maybe getting that mod would help you guys so that you didn't have to wait for me to find my way. So we are getting closer to where we need to be. And I don't know if I've done this. I think I've done this quest before by accident, probably by accident again. By accidentally. I also noticed there was like a bridge right here, and I thought, where's that gone? I wasn't sure. Oh, it took me into this little area, and I'm trying to zoom my map in as close as I can see, and it doesn't look like that will get us where we need to be. I really do need to follow the road around, go across the bridge. You can see on the left there, and hopefully that'll get us close to this area we need to be. So that, as I mentioned, this quest was picked up by accident. I clicked on something else, and it selected, does the guild need, or mage guild, or do you need any help? And he said, sure, we need these, whatever that he's sending me to get, some notes or a book or something. So I did not mean to get this quest. Once you've become the Archmage, you can, if you want, you don't necessarily have to go back to the Mage College again. But if you want, you can continue to do quite a few, they used to call them Radiant quests. I think that's what they're called. But, you don't have to. It's just extra quests that you can do. And I think they are randomly generated, but don't hold me to that. I'm almost positive that's the case. And so, I've never really done much of that. Once I become the Archmage, if I had to go up there, I did. I had a beautiful free place to stay, plus a herb garden that's just unmatched. It's beautiful. And it's kind of like the one in Oblivion with the Frostspire add-on. You get a beautiful alchemy garden, indoor garden that has just tons and tons of herbs. It looks very similar, only upgraded graphics, of course. But I have no real need to be up there, and I really don't care to do those extra quests. And what my goal is to finish Skyrim, and I put that in quotation marks. I basically want to complete things like I became the Archmage. That was important to me. I want to follow through with the Civil War quests and kind of get that to a completed status. And there's a couple other things like that. I want to do as many of the quests from the various towns as I can. I really kind of want to do those before I advance to Civil War very much, because that does change quite a bit of the towns that we will be working with. So there's things like that I want to do before I go in the Dragonborn quest line that takes you to a weird place that looks like Morrowind, I think, if I recall. And so there's lots of those kinds of things that I want to get to before I take back up with the main quest. Because to me, when I finish the main quest, I'm done. That means I've completed the game. I know that with the Elder Scrolls games, you never are done. You can keep on playing indefinitely. You can keep looking for quests indefinitely. And I do not know if there's a way to find out what percentage of quests you've completed. Maybe there is. If you know, please make a comment down below in the comment section, because I really would be curious about that. I've never looked for it. I have no idea. If I say that I'm done, does that mean that I've done 75% of the quest, 50%, 99%? I have no idea. So right here, I'm actually trying hard to find this. And I accidentally got on my horse, by the way. I did not mean to do that. But I thought, you know what? That might help me better if I can run. I know I'm close to, or I think I'm heading in the direction of, and I'm close to where I need to be. You can see there that it looks like it's right next to me to the right. I also had at this time 2 quests marked, which you shouldn't really do if you're trying to close in or zero in on a particular area. But I found this really interesting place up here, and it's called Shalidor's Insights. That's the one I'm working on. And yeah, that's right. He wanted me to find a copy of something. So I could see that I'm not exactly there. So it takes me a while. If you do an L or look at the local map on the keyboard on a PC, it's L. So Nelheim was discovered. I wasn't looking for Nelheim. That's not what I need. So I knew I was in the wrong place. I just didn't know where I needed to be. So I'm and these people that are up there hanging out at this camp don't seem to be enemies of any kind. They're kind of ignoring me. That's fine. Look at her. She's got a pickaxe on her belt. That poor thing. I need to get her a dagger. I took her dagger away and gave her a long sword. I gave her a pickaxe hoping that she would help me mine ore, and she doesn't. So I need to give her something back and take that pickaxe away. That's really not a weapon. I know it's so bright out here, and I'm trying to get us inside. Give me a chance here. And I come over here, and these people seem to be friendly. They don't. They're guards of something. I don't know. It's probably they may. Who knows? I may end up with a quest here at some point. Since I don't like to go into any kind of ruins or dungeons that are not a quest that I've been given, because I'm so afraid that I'll mess up a quest that I've been given. So it's like, ugh, how frustrating. So anyway, because I don't want to mess it up, and therefore I don't adventure as much as I probably should. But anyway, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. I'm pointing like my cursor right at it and saying, okay, do I go down this road? Do I go here? It was very frustrating for me to find this one. So bear with me while I try to figure it out without falling off the side of a mountain, which is always possible. I'll try not to bore you too much. When this happens too often, sometimes I'll cut the pieces out, or I will speed it up. If I get hopelessly lost, I don't think I get too hopelessly lost here. So I'll just kind of let you, it's a good time to get a sip of your drink, whatever. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper right now, and on my earthly self. And so I'm just looking, going, where the heck is this? So, okay, I did get hopelessly lost, but not horribly hopelessly lost. Just enough to where it looked like it was becoming annoying. So I just cut out a section and sped it up, and you can see what happened. There was something significant that did happen close to the end. You will see a red screen, and what happened was I had apparently contracted vampirism. Remember I said in a previous, I think it was a previous episode or earlier in this one, that I had contracted it, and I forgot I contracted it until that screen went red. I was like, oh my gosh. So, but luckily I have cure potions, cure disease potions that will take care of that, and no worries. So as I was realized that I was getting right near where we were headed, I went ahead and slowed it back down so that we can go back to normal speed and get into where we need to go here. And of course, cure my vampirism. I never ever want to be a vampire. So always got to keep those potions on hand. I hope that I have the recipe. If I don't have cured disease recipes yet, I'll have to find out how and make the potions, because I don't know what happens after we fix the vampire problem, or if we ever do fix the vampire problem, because that's really what I use them for more than anything else, is to cure my vampirism. So this is kind of a strange looking place here. I want to make sure that I've got my correct spells loaded. So I got Firebolt and Ice Spike are my current best destruction spells, and get them loaded in my hand. So I always want to make sure that I've got them right when I first come into a dungeon. And Falmer, oh wonderful, don't we love these guys? They're so annoying. So I was looking there for like a lever or something to put down one of these bridges, and I didn't see one. If there is, I just missed it. But I like to check the Falmers because they sometimes have some pretty decent stuff. Some gold sometimes, and sometimes a gem or a piece of jewelry or something. I can see that something was shooting at me from far, far away. And I want to mention here, because I don't mention it enough probably, that I'm not a professional sound engineer. That's my son's job. I actually just love doing what I'm doing, and I do it from my home. And in my home are two long-haired Siamese cats, otherwise known as Balamis. They're very vocal, and they're very needy. So if I'm not sitting here petting them the entire time that I'm sitting in my chair, they complain. So you're going to hear them sometimes yell at me because I'm not petting them. So forgive me on that, but it's just, it's part of my life. And I also live on a lake, and I often have my door open like I do this very lovely, cool 59-degree morning, and you're going to hear boats. So just forgive me for all of that, because that's who I am, and I don't want to get the specialized software that I need to get that sound out of the background. So I'm sure you'll be okay. Just deal with it. Again, I was checking. I had to get my hands right. What I'm starting to do is put my candlelight is right above my firebolt spell. So I'm putting what's in my right hand, so that I can very quickly do a candlelight spell and then get my firebolt back in my hand and continue on. And this has just been the craziest quest. Wow, where the heck were you? You just kind of showed up. This has been the craziest quest that we have, as far as the it's part of the Dawnguard quest line, and this crazy thing of trying to get this Ariel's bowl. And I just found this to be wild. The basic crazy caverns and these ewers that we have to go fill up, and it takes us into all kinds of places. It was pretty wild. I think it's pretty a wild, long quest. Some very interesting places that we have to visit. And I don't know, it's kind of wild. So again, doing a quick candlelight, which I like this spell. It follows you around as opposed to sticking on a wall, and helps you see nooks and crannies so you don't miss chests. Like if there had been a chest right there, it had been tucked away. I can see that's where I was So it's like, okay, I've been that way, and I'm just going up down these little stairs here to see, you know, what are we supposed to be doing? Where are we supposed to be going? That I thought, what is that blue shiny thing in the walls? And very, very strange again, but beautiful, but strange. You know, it's usually, it's like, okay, should I take that out? I'm not sure. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. This entire quest, I really was just, it's like, oh, Palmer. I really wasn't into exploring a ton. And then I saw he fell right next to a string that is a trap. I don't know what it would have done, but I thought, you know what? Let's go around it. And hopefully Serana won't run into it. It's like, okay, I lost my candlelight again. It's like if I didn't want to use two-handed spell in each hand, I could have just kept it going. But and Serana does step on it, and it hits her. It's like, oh my gosh, those claws were well hidden, but they hit her. She's down to like one little notch. It's like, holy crap. So I'll run over here and get her healed as much as I can. Use up all my magic. Hopefully that'll be enough. I think she's healing pretty quickly because I believe right now she's considered essential, at least through the end of the Dawnguard quest. And I don't know if she is after. I would really appreciate it if anybody knows. Please put in the comments, because I really would like to know if she is. If she isn't, I'm going to make her essential or do something, because she gets her health down like that. I mean, I think that she probably would have been dead if she wasn't essential. And I don't want my follower dying on me all the time. And again, I had spells loaded that I couldn't use. So I shot him at the ceiling. I was like, okay, where am I supposed to go? Key. Interesting. Shaman's key. Wonder what that opens up. Okay, what is down the grate here? What is this way? What is that way? Oh, he just fell out of the ceiling. Well, that's not really fair. He just walked into a trap. Look what you guys got. Not much. Strange little room with an enchanting table. Extended invisibility. That might come in handy. Then there's a chest back here. Meridia's beacon. Oh, Shalidor's insights. I forgot that's the quest we were doing. So, oh my goodness. And a couple other things here. So, that's right. We stopped along here. I'm sorry that I get confused in what I was doing. And Julianos, I don't know if I had one of those yet. So Meridia says, a new hand touches the beacon. It's like, oh my gosh, it starts this whole quest. And you can hear this voice, but it's like, you don't see anyone. Okay. There's a weapon enchantments book. Meridia's still talking. Return my beacon to Mount Kelrith, and I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light. She's kind of creepy. But it does give us a new quest called the Break of Dawn. And I do believe that's our first quest of the Daedra. So I thought, you know what? Maybe we should try some disenchanting some of these things, because I always end up selling them, and we're not hurting for gold. I mean, I always need gold, but I saw no reason that I shouldn't. And so that should give us, if we swing a weapon of any kind, that we can get a soul. And I already had a dagger, so I just thought, well, we'll go ahead and disenchant that. I didn't want to enchant anything I'm wearing. Again, I keep reminding myself, do disenchanting at our new home when we build our disenchanting station, because then I can take off the items that I'm wearing. And I thought, you know, while I'm standing here, let's look like maybe like we're going to enchant an item. So a piece of the armor that I collected, the vampire armor, but I have no enchantments that for armor, so It was just a reminder. So, okay, that's fine. Yes, I want to quit enchanting. I was just checking since I was here. And it looks like this is a book we may have found somewhere else because we didn't get an increase from it. And look at that, potion of healing. So it's real dark in here, but I did catch those things. So that was awesome. And also we got the Meridia beacon. How wonderful is that? And we found the book that we were looking for Ulrich. It's like, oh, that's way over there. We're not sure about that. So I'm taking a look here and trying to decide where we're going next, and compared to where we are. One thing for sure, we need to get out of here. This is kind of a creepy place. It's like looking down there. It's like, oh, interesting. I don't know. We got a key to this to somewhere. I don't know if we used it yet. Just not sure what to do. And there's interesting. There's a lever right there. But I thought, you know what? Let's get some light on the subject. And okay. There is a lever. Don't know where it goes. Let's open it up. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got stairs. Interesting.
It is planning on starting a fire.
Uh-oh. Darkethus, there's someone in here. I can't see them. Says, who are you?
Darkethus from Darkwater
We asked
Crossing.
them who they are, and so apparently this person has been lost.
Please,
He said he
get me
swam
out
all
of
the way in the
here.
falls and ended up down in here. And so we get a new quest. Get Darkethus out of this cave. Who is this guy? What's he doing in here? And I really wished I would have kept going, and we could have maybe gone out that way, but I don't know what was going to happen. I thought, you know what, let's just see if we can find our way out. Look at this potion laying on the floor. I don't know where it's, and a piece of coin. What? How did we miss that? Not using candlelight enough is probably the answer to that question.
Yes.
I don't know. Strange little guy. What's he doing at the bottom of this cave? Who is he? Will we see him again? Thought I had checked that urn before, but I guess not. It's like, oh my goodness. Where the heck are we? Don't know the answer to that question. But it looks like we were back on the path that we were on before. And there's another switch thing. Have we used that one? Oh, how interesting. So we not only did that have a tripwire, it also had a lever down below that we could have used to kill any creatures that were coming after us. So sometimes these traps can be used to our advantage and you know, kill other creatures that are after you. I'm never very good with my timing, so that wouldn't have helped me, but I get the idea. So it looks like I'm kind of in the right direction to get out of here, and that's all I want to do. We found those writings for Ulrich, and that's all we really need from here. We could have explored more, but I had other things on my mind and thought, you know what, let's just get the heck out of Dodge. We got what we needed, plus we got this dude that we're helping save. I don't know who he is, how he got in here, or what the benefit of getting him out of here is, but we're going to do it anyway.
You have questions?
I hate those
I'm out.
Charas
Thanks.
eggs
I'm
and all
out.
these egg sacs. It's very ominous. It's like, oh my gosh, we're going to get more of those bug things. I don't know what they call them.
Ours is to
I hate them,
smile
though.
at your passing, friend.
So,
Until next time.
do you... It says it completed, and he says thanks. He goes, do you have any questions? And then he's leaving. You can't talk to him. I'm trying to. Oh, we could have had him follow us? So why? I don't know who that guy is or what the deal with him is. I'm sure there's something I've missed. It must have been some other kind of quest. I'm guessing. I have no idea. But you know what? We're alive. We achieved that particular Shalidor's insights until we take it back to Oreg at the Mage Guild. And so I'm trying to decide, okay, where do we go from here? We're supposed to find the Moth Priest's knife. Let's see, where are we? So we're really not that far away from there. And basically go right by our house on the way. So it made better sense for me to go that way. Or to go, go to get to the house or go towards the house, because it's really the place that we need to go to get into that special glade is right there. So since I don't fast travel, it makes, I'm trying to make things efficient, and that seemed efficient to me to go ahead and do that quest, because it's just right through the mountains through Helgen. So on the way we go back down this path that I had finally found. What a pain in the neck that was. So sometimes it's really hard to tell, even though I've got a Better World Map mod. It shows me the roads. Sometimes I still get lost. I think I only get lost maybe 20% of the time of what I used to get lost. And so I'm trying to minimize that as much as possible with that mod, but apparently in Skyrim I'm directionally challenged. In real world, no problem. I could navigate with a paper map, no problem. I always could, and have pretty good sense of direction, but apparently in Skyrim it vanished. I'm lost all the time. So anyway, we found our way back down this windy path to a road. I'm trying as much as I can to stay on the roads as much as I can, so that I have less of a chance of getting lost. So it's like, okay, where am I and where am I going? Wasn't sure which way we wanted to go. Well, that red guard wasn't very nice and friendly. Why are we being rude? I was looking along here because I was trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to go from here, and it looked like this little squiggly road, little tiny squiggly road, got me right back in a circle. It's like, okay, that wasn't useful. It's like, I know that road kind of goes back and forth to get me towards Helgen and Iverstad. Iverstad and then Helgen, which is the direction that I wanted to go in. It's like, excuse me, Serana, you're kind of in my way, dear. I'm trying to figure out where I need to go. So I take a few steps and then I check the map again to see if it's got me on the path that I wanted to go. And I think that it did. So what I had done is I didn't need to come all the way down this road that I had found. There's a path that shoots off from it. And that's what I was looking for. It's like, I wish you could get a little bit closer in on some of these, on the roads. Whoop, ran into our weirdo guy. So that you can see better that if I had seen that a little bit better, I might not have missed it. On the other hand, as I'm proving out, I get lost all the time. So, what difference does it make? I try to minimize your frustration with it as much as possible. If it was just me playing, it's like, oh well, that's my normal state of being, is to get lost and then find my way. But I decided I don't want to torture you terribly. So that's why sometimes I will cut a piece and speed it up so that I just did, so that I don't torture you guys too much, because that's not fun for you. And this is for, people viewing this is my whole thing that I'm trying to achieve. And if I make it so incredibly boring that you are so incredibly bored and you don't want to watch it, then it defeats the purpose of doing it. So here I'm kind of looking and making, that's why I'm going to my map back and forth. It's because I'm trying so hard not to get lost again. And it looks like I'm on the path that I want to be on. And I don't like traveling at night. I try not to. If I come out of a ruin like that though and it's nighttime, I go ahead and travel. I don't do a wait or anything. But if I'm anywhere near a town or one of my homes, then I'm going to go ahead and stop and sleep for the night. That's one of my role-playing rules for myself, is only travel during the day whenever possible. And here, it's like, I would almost swear to you I've been through here before and killed this troll, but, maybe I haven't. Maybe there's more than one of these little caves like this. Got to get the Nern root, of course. But I would swear to you that I had killed a troll that had a little cave here that had some Stormcloak soldiers, dead Stormcloak. I can't even talk. Dead Stormcloak soldiers, and I was. Here it is again. So I think maybe it is a different location. Maybe there's more than one. If there was, I wasn't aware of that. But it's like, okay, well, we'll check them out and see what they got. We killed the troll. I didn't see the previous one that we had run across had a note about a troll on one of the dead guys. And thinking about it, I think it was a lot closer to this book, Ancient Tales of the Dwemer. It really, I think it has to have been a skill book because of the value, but I think it must have been a different one. I'm just guessing, because yeah, it has to be, because the last one that we did, I'm almost positive, was much closer to Riverwood. So I don't know. I could be completely off my rocker, but I was pretty sure it was a different one. Irregardless, I wanted to get back on the path and, where am I headed? Am I on the right path? Before I grab my, call for my horse with my horn. Nope, wrong way. Turn around. There we go. Let's try not to be completely lost. And then I was thinking, okay, we need some goat horns. We need a lot of goat horns. So I'm so sorry, little goat, especially because the little goat didn't have any horns on it. I hate that. I don't like killing goats and deer, any of the creatures that are calm, and chickens or anything like that. I don't like doing that. They're not aggressive. But in the case of my house, if I want any chandeliers, I've got to have goat horns. So I felt really bad. I killed that poor little goat for nothing. It didn't have any horns on it. That made me sad. So I don't know. I know we need quite a few. The only ones I had are ones that I had found on already dead horses. And so, dead horses. Ugh, I can't even speak this morning. I need more caffeine before speaking to you. Dead goats. I found a few, so we were able to make some chandeliers, but we need a whole bunch more for our house. So we got to figure that out. I almost stopped at that inn, and I thought at the Iverstad Inn. It's called like Wildmer Inn or something. Like, what the heck am I doing? Getting lost. Going the wrong ways. Look at that great big deer right there. It's like, oh, so tempting. But I didn't want to shoot him, even though I need large antlers for my house to make it complete. I suppose I could make it, incomplete and not have things on the walls, but the way the house that I'm building, the Lakeview Manor house, has certain things that go certain places on your walls. So if you don't put up a mounted deer head or whatever, then that won't be anything on that wall. So I literally do like this house building add-on better than I do the houses that are pre-made, that you just buy the rooms and it fills them in. I like this one better because I can build it by hand. I have played many other games that have much better house. I was so tempted. Should I not? That have better house building, but that's only the house building part of this is a side thing in this game. It's not the main focus. And it will, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and take that guy out. And then, unfortunately, I lose track of him. Did I get him? I believe I got him. But then Serana was back here and said, who's there? And so there's something behind us, and I didn't know what it was. So I thought, well, I better come back here. She exploded her horse. And then she said, he must be gone now. It's like, what's a he? And there's a spider there. Like, what is going on back here, Serana? What are you Who are you talking to? What are you talking about? What'd she kill? I have no idea. I don't even know where she's at. I just know she exploded her horse. It's like, what the heck is going on? And don't get lost. I don't want to get lost. I just want to get... First off, I really want to find that deer. I hate to shoot the deer for no reason. And then I couldn't find him because I backed up. It's like, okay, where was he? He has to be here somewhere. I don't want to shoot a deer for no apparent reason. I'm just looking for large antlers. I know I needed at least one set of large antlers. Where is he at? Nah, I found him finally. Please have the antlers. Yes, large antlers. That's what I needed. So, sorry, Mr. Deer. I just needed your antlers. If you'd just given them to me, I wouldn't have killed you, but, you know, it doesn't work that way. So, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm on the right path. I'm pretty sure I am. It's time to go up into the mountains through Helgen to get to the other side. Sometimes shortcuts are awesome. Sometimes shortcuts are a pain in the neck. And I also, to save time, will sprint as much as often as I can, as long as it's not going to run me off the side of a mountain, which I have done before. So we'll just keep going on here and try to get to our destination with the least amount of time and annoyance. I know where I'm at, so I'm not lost at all at this present moment, which is kind of a rarity. So we're just going to head on this way for a little while. That guy's always standing there, or lady, or whatever it is. I should stop and speak to some of these sometimes. I know there's lots of quests like that you can pick up along the roads. You can ask for rumors from the merchants and things, and I haven't done a whole lot of that. I kind of got singularly focused, and try not to run onto the side of the mountain. I got singularly focused on the Dawnguard, and so I picked up a few, like we did Ulrig's miscellaneous quest that I got by mistake, just because it was close to where we were going, or on the way to where we were going. But I am singularly focused on the Dawnguard quest, and I'll try to pick up a few more along the way. I know this, this game is loaded with quests, and we could fill our quest book with quests. I hate having a full quest book and a full list that's so combobulated that you can't see which way is up. And it confuses me storyline wise too, because if you stay on one of them, I know that I'm basically helping Serana destroy her father because he's insane and he's trying to remove the daylight from the world so the vampires can take over the world. I mean, he's really gone off his rocker. She said he didn't used to be that way. So as long as I'm following that quest line, then I can remember what it is what I'm doing. To me, it confuses me a little bit to chop it up and be doing, 8, 10, 12 quest lines in all at the same time. But at the same time, because I don't fast travel, if I don't do that, then I'm spending a tremendous amount of time running it back and forth across the map for no real good reason. I could be picking up quests along the way, so I'm going to try to get better about that. I am getting really close to the highest level player I've ever played, and doing this game playthrough series, that's one of the reasons why, because I'm motivated. So your comments and suggestions are invaluable to me because I am trying to keep myself motivated. I keep quitting because I get burnout, or there's certain things about Skyrim that I don't like, and I know that some of you will get really mad at me when I say that, because I know that anybody watching this is going to probably be a Skyrim aficionado and love everything about it, or most of the things about it. I do not like the way the horses look. They're very what's the word? They look fat and chalky. They don't look real. whereas the horses in Oblivion looked real, felt real. I could ride first person, and I loved them so much. And I was very disappointed in the Skyrim horses as soon as I got my first one and ran it off the bridge at the College of Winterhold. So anyway, really quickly, we're stopping by Lakeview Manor, and what I was thinking is that I might have enough stuff to add to continue building out the inside of my house. And I've been working on it. You can see those lights on the outside are goat horns, so that's why those are really important. And so I was thinking, okay, what time of the day is it? I want to sleep in my bed at the same time as Balamond, because you get the Lover's Comfort, which increases your skills for like, is it 15% for 8 hours? 15% increase in skill increases, 50% faster. Not sure which.
Yes.
And so that
Looking to protect
is one
yourself
reason why I try
or
to
deal
do that
some
when I can.
damage.
I can also buy from him, which I clicked on. What did he have in the miscellaneous? You saw it light up, and it goes off
much
the
anything to
the
suit
screen. I don't
needs.
know why. Have been buying ingots from him because I don't. I mean, it's taking too long. I get to a point where it's like it's more efficient to buy them from him now. So I need the conundrum ingots. I hope I'm saying that right, because for making locks. Buying that gave him over 2,000. And so now I could sell him that nerve shatter thing, whatever it was, very heavy weapon that I don't need or want. And so that's one reason why you buy something from any merchant
It has.
that you need, which I
this is
need the
your
ore,
half
that
of.
increase their amount of gold they have, and I can sell a more expensive
I'll
weapon.
be here, my dear.
And I know you'll be here, dear. You're just the best. Thanks for giving me half your money. So I come over here and I pick up everything out of this chest. This chest has a combination of all my building materials for the inside of the house, because we finished everything, the main structures on the outside, the addition, the main house and the addition. And it also has the stuff I need for the inside building. When I do get the right materials that I need, I will be able to, like you can see some of these mounted animal heads. I will be able to do more of that and kind of start completing this out. It takes a really long time because there's so many things that you don't have that, like for instance, I'm looking at these two things. I need glass, and I haven't, to this point, I've had very, very little glass, and I need a lot. There's quite a few things that we need to make. I believe the alchemist table and the enchanting table both require glass. And looking at these other things here, they need glass. I'm thinking, oh, what a bummer, I need glass. And I don't have any. So I've got to find out where to get glass. There's work tables all over in different rooms, and they build out different places. And so I came in here and thought, okay, I can build out most of this room right here. This is like a north room. There's those large antlers, puts in a mounted elk head, which is kind of creepy, but it's part of this era. I would never have one in real life, but that's okay. It's part of this era. So I go ahead and I build out what I can for this room. This room is like I don't know, it's a good storage room. It's got a safe in it. It'll have a table and chairs. I need more glass for the display case. It's got some weapon plaques, some shelving. So it's a nice room. I don't recall ever really using it. It's just like a room off the top of the house. And then I added the north addition that I added was a trophy room, which lets us put trophies of whatever creatures. And you can see this room had nothing in it when I started that. And now it's pretty well built out. It looks so much better. And there is also a work table in here, so we can find out what can I build in here. And I'm running low on fittings, hinges. I have a few locks, but not many. So I'm looking, thinking, okay, iron fitting, I can put a table in here. I can put shelves in here. So I'm just kind of building out what I have this stuff for in my pack already. What was our miscellaneous? Was like, again, I need stuff. And that's a large trophy base, and this is a small trophy base, and depending upon the size on what you can put here. And you can see that it's going to require, some of them require straw, so I know I need to pick up straw. So glass and straw are things I'm going to be looking for. And I knew that I needed some iron fittings. I have all the iron ore or iron ingots on me to make those. I have 51 when I started, so I knew I needed, quite a few. I had a dozen or half a dozen. So I had put in this anvil, added this anvil in this room, which is so convenient. That helps me not have to go all the way outside to make those items that I needed to be able to build whatever it was that I was trying to build. I think there were some more things in this room I'd like to start building. This is called the trophy room. When you're looking at there's a book out. When you start building your house, there's a book out front that shows you what the rooms look like. I'm out of nails and hinges. There's a book out front that lets you decide. There's 3 options for each of your 3 additions. So you have one on the north, one on the east, one on the west. And so you get to pick from those options on which ones you want to build. I kind of like the trophy room on the north end. I think there's many other options that it depends on your play style. For me, I kind of like this trophy room. You can fill it out and put trophies of the nasty creatures that you hate, that you killed. It's like, take that. I kind of like doing that. Although it's kind of creepy. Some of them are kind of creepy looking. But we'll get to that in time. And here I'm looking at like glass and horns, glass and horns, glass and horns. It's like, okay. It's reminding myself. But you can see it added a few things. Some shelves and a chest and a number of things. So it's coming together. It'll take a little while, but not too terribly long. Then I went down to the cellar, which has still got that creepy little rat. I'm not sure I'm going to leave that creepy little rat there or not. I'm not sure. We could do a cupboard. So I went ahead and did that. There, I'm getting ready to think about it. You can see here it's all glass. Things I need. Glass. Oh, how frustrating. Also, there's these fish plaques. That's a new addition that came with the anniversary edition. They added it to the special edition, which is what I'm playing on. And there's a fish tanks and fishing things. I don't know anything about any of that. I was also looking at these shrines and what I needed. That's flawless sapphire. If I remember correctly, that was the last piece I needed for one of my playthroughs that I was playing that I quit before I got to that. I never did find a flawless sapphire. So I may have to ask your guys' help on that. Help me find a flawless sapphire, because I would love to be able to have this house completely done. I've never completed it to that point. I got it close, but I would love to be able to complete it. So I went ahead and put in those fish display things, and it's like, okay, that's cool. There's so much that got added with the anniversary edition that added to the special edition. There's just quite a bit, actually. And probably I don't believe I'll ever upgrade to the anniversary edition based on what I've read. The best parts of that anniversary edition were added to the special edition. And I've already bought this game 3 times. I think that's probably enough, don't you? I'm sure some people have bought it many more times than I have, but I've done my share. I had the disc version at first. When it first came out, it was purchased on the day it came out, and then later Steam. And I don't recall why I ended up getting it on Steam. And then eventually I got the special edition, and I don't know why. But I've purchased it enough. I'm done. I'm going to save my money for The Elder Scrolls 6, which I fully plan on getting when it comes out, irregardless of what shape it's in, complaints about it. I've enjoyed the Elder Scrolls games way too much not to. Oblivion is probably, of all the games I've played in over 30 years of gaming, Oblivion is probably in my top 3. It might be my top 1, I don't know. I have other games that I really love a lot, that I've played a lot. The Oblivion is one of the very few games that I've actually completed. And that says a lot of 30 years of gaming. There's so many pretty shiny things that that come out and get you distracted. But Oblivion, I was just enthralled with the story. I had played Daggerfall first, a year or so after it came out. It was unplayable. Then I played Morrowind, which I'm not a fan. I don't know what it is about that game. I bought it on disc. I've never bought it on Steam. And the discs don't play on. I don't have I don't have a DVD player on my computer anymore, and it won't install. So I didn't want to buy it again because I didn't like it that much. I don't know why. I played it quite a bit when it first came out, but I could not get into it. And then Oblivion came out, and I was blown away. I was in love immediately. It's so beautiful. It rains a lot. It's got trees, grass, lots of flowers. The story's amazing. The horse is amazing. Everything's amazing. And I was just so blown away by it all, and loved it from start to finish. And Skyrim, I keep stopping and starting, and I'm hoping that I'll finish this time. It's got so many things about it that are pretty amazing. And, obviously I love it, or I wouldn't be doing this 11 years after it was released. I got plenty of other games that I could be playing, but this is the one I chose. As you are seeing here, what I'm doing is putting everything that I do not need to take with me back in the chest that I have here. This chest has not only my building supplies, it has things that I'm not, like the purchase agreement for the house. I don't need that there. Eventually I'll find it. I'll have a desk or something where I'll put that. There was a message about adoption in there. There's lots of kids' clothes and some toys and things, because I plan on adopting some children. And when I do that, I want to be able to have something I can give them as gifts. I love giving them gifts. They love it. And it makes me feel like I've done something cool. I'm putting in here things that if I decide to get into enchanting, I'm putting things in here that I may use for that. So there's lots of things. This has a multi-purpose everything kind of storage until I get this house built out and all the chests and the various places. I think there's storage places right next to the alchemy lab. I think there's there's a apothecary. Is that what it's called? A satchel that ends up on a table right there. So that way you can put all your ingredients in it. Well, I don't have any place. I don't have that built yet. So I'm kind of looking over what I currently have, and it's kind of making a middle note of I probably should sell this. I probably should keep this. I probably should whatever. That vampire armor, it's my plan to, once I get enchanting up to a good level and have the proper enchanting skills that I need. Is that the right thing to say? Then I'm going to enchant that armor and get Serana a much better chance of not getting herself killed. She's wearing what looks like default vampire armor. But you look in her inventory, it's not showing at all. So I think it's just her. It's like when you pick up Mercurio, is the only other one that I've had. You pick up Mercurio, he's got just some kind of robe on. It's a default robe, and then you can get him better armor and weapons. And the same with her. I just haven't done it yet. So again, I was taking a look here and saying, okay, what do I have? What's the Staff of Healing Hand heals the target for 6 points a second, but not undead. So I couldn't use that on Serana even if I wanted to, because technically she's undead. So I'm glad it told me that, because otherwise I would have tried and it might have been a problem. But then I was thinking, I've got that necromancy healing spell that seems to work just fine for her when she gets down really low. There's Meridian's beacon. Oh my gosh. So just kind of taking a once over. It's like, okay, I've got 150 weight on me right now. So let's get back on the road to our next locale. Where's my horse? Where's my horse? And where am I going? It's like, okay, actually I'm going south, and I'm pointing south, so technically I should just be able to head south. What I'm doing is running ahead a little bit before I grab my horse, just to get in a more open area so that we don't get jumbled up in the trees. And then make sure I'm going the right direction of where I want to go. Look around, make sure everybody's following me. It's like, where was Serena? Where'd she go? She generally will follow me if I'm on a regular path. If I'm on a off path, she most of the time follows along. Sometimes she'll go the long way around, which is really problematic. If you're going up over a mountain that's not a real path and you're making your own, then that's a problem, because sometimes she'll go all the way around the mountain. And you don't want your followers lost very long, because they won't, if they're lost too long, they'll go back to wherever they were originally originated from. So I'm looking here trying to find out if there's a actual pathway to where we're supposed to go, and I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna kind of watch here. It's like, uh-oh, we got something after us. It's like, why don't you guys stand right there by that horse for just a second, okay? And it took them all out. It's like, oh my gosh, I love her exploding skeletal horse. I mean, I can't even see, they're all piled on top of each other. It's like, you guys are awesome. She's awesome. They just exploded. That was just too daggone funny. I just love having her with me. She's the best. I've only ever had, I think the very first time I got whatever that first one was, I can't even remember her name. Everybody loves her. She's a soldier type thing. I had her first because I didn't know what was going on, and then I kind of did a little bit more research and decided that Mercurio was the kind I wanted, even though we had the same skills. I liked him a lot. And then when I found Serana, I was like, oh, this is the chick for me, because I feel sorry for her, because she was basically a pawn between her parents, and I didn't like that, and she had no real home to go to, and I decided to give her a home. So she has a home with me and my family that we're going to create. So you can see that I am like real pointing right at this, wherever we're supposed to be going. And so even though it doesn't look like we're on a path, it's like, okay, we're not on a path, get back on the path. It's like sometimes it's obvious and sometimes it's not. And sometimes when it's obvious, I miss it. And that's what happened. I missed whatever it was I was supposed to be seeing here. It's like, okay, it's straight ahead. It's right there. What am I supposed to do? Where's the path that I should take? Sometimes my impatience too, it's like I forget that paths wind around. And so that was kind of the case here. It's like, if I stay on this path, eventually it's going to make a left-hand turn, and it'll get me back towards where I need to go. So, and I thought, you know what? I don't remember where our horses were, but let's go ahead and bring... Hers doesn't matter, because it just vanishes when she gets off of it. But I wanted to go ahead and get my horse back up here, and so I can park him right outside the cave, or whatever we're going into. So I like to have my horse right there, just because. I'm pretty sure that if something came after him, then he would take off anyway, but pretty sure and 100% is not the same thing. So, and there it is. Ancestor Glade discovered. That's where we're looking for. So I kind of pulled my horse out of the way over here. So you can just sit right here and wait for us. We'll be back. So this is kind of a strange place that we need to go to. Well, there's supposed to be some kind of really weird knife in here that we're supposed to find, and then we're supposed to use it on some kind of tree, and then we're supposed to have some kind of bark that... And she says, not very impressive.
Not very impressive, is it? If this ends up being a wasted trip,
I thought that was really a cool comment that she made. I mean, I didn't like her comment because she's totally wrong, but I thought it was cool that that's what she was referring to. She was referring to this quest that Dexion had sent us on. It's like, okay, that's kind of interesting verbiage, if you will, that she had on, that she's wanted to make a comment regarding that quest. I thought it was kind of cool. So I thought it was stunningly beautiful right there with the sun shining down and the green and all that. And right here, there's obviously there's a hole in the top of the cave, bringing bright sunlight right there. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of anything else in here. And then you come into this beautiful glade. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is just absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Wow.
And finally, look at this place. No one's been here in centuries, and she's right. And look at these butterflies flying around. Yes, you're right. Thank you for saying that it was so blah. That'll show you. No, nobody's been here in centuries. And our pointer is pointing us towards something right there in the middle. It's like, okay. And I'm not seeing any things that's trying to kill us. Moths are interesting. There's the draw knife. So she says, we got the knife. Now we need to do is tack down one of those trees. And then there's, the tree is right there. So we got to use that. We need canticle bark from this tree. So we did that. And now we need to attract 7 batches of moth swarms. I hate moths, but I'm pretending they're butterflies because that's what they kind of look like. So what happens is each time you walk into a bunch of moths, they're attracted to you and stay with you. And Serena makes a comment that I was starting to shimmer. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So basically, I'm looking around trying to find any, gatherings of moths that aren't already with me. It's like, okay, anywhere you see a bunch of them, that's where I'm looking for, where I need to go. I'm getting all mixed up here, but that's okay. We'll find our way. And this insanely beautiful, I found another batch by mistake, walked right into it. Look at these, the light shining down and the waterfall. I mean, this is just a really special and beautiful place. And I thought, okay, are there any up here? It's kind of hard to tell because I've got them swarming all over me. It's like, are there more up there, or are they just the ones in my own face? So I'm kind of following along the stairs looking. There's another batch. We got 4 out of 7 batches. Look at the fissures there. Remember the fissures from the Soul Karen? So I was looking at us thinking, oh my gosh, did we not look awesome? But I am glowing. I'm starting to get kind of lighter or something. At some point, I want to get a good picture of me and Serena. I've got a really bad one on my Patreon page. My Patreon page. That I had taken of a long time ago with us, but now that I've got, I have a circlet and vampire armor. I think it would be and I almost did a shot here, because I love, to have a beautiful place. And this was really a beautiful place, but I don't think we actually have reason to ever come back here. Oh, okay, good. 5 of 7. So 2 more batches of moths, and that's what I'm looking for. Is, do I see any? It's hard to tell. It's like, I think I see some down here. It's hard to tell with them swimming around my face. That's 6 of 7. So there's 1 more batch of them somewhere. Look at me. I'm glowing and moths all over me. It's like, that's kind of interesting. I'm becoming a moth priest of some kind. Where are they? It's really hard to tell. I think there was some up there. I can't really tell because the moths are in my face. And so, it's like, oh my goodness. I want to make sure I find the 7th batch, so we can move on. I think we have to do some kind of ritual. Aha! We've attracted 7 moth swarms.
What we were waiting for. Let's head back up there and see if we can read the scrolls.
Enter the column of light and read the Elder Scroll. So it says now I can read the Elder Scroll because I have these moths all around me and I'm glowing, and it's like, okay, that's weird. I'm just looking at myself for a minute. So we go to the column of light.
What's our next move?
And Serena's kind of giving us direction here in case we weren't paying attention to our quest log. So we go to the column of light, which is right here. Yeah, let's see. Where's that Elder Scroll at? That's the one with blood is the one we start with, and then the animation just goes one at a time. You don't have to do anything. It shows you, it gives you, it's putting this knowledge in your mind. And this is what blinded our poor moth priest. Hopefully we won't get blinded. Nervous? No, I'm cool. Oh boy. That was all 3 of them. And it marked a place on our map. Or places.
Are you okay? I almost thought I lost you there.
And now we need to
What
talk
and
to
why does it
Serena for a
smell?
second. She goes, almost lost you. She loves me.
I never trusted those damn scrolls. Who knows what those things could have done to you? Just look at Dexian.
I know. And I love it that
Ariel's
she loves
bow.
me. What about
Do
the
you know where we
bow?
can find
Do
it?
we know where we can find it? It's in a place
Then it's
called
almost over. We can
Darkfall
finally put an
Cave.
end to this ridiculous prophecy. Where is this
And she
Darkfall
wants to know
Cave?
where it's at. And the scrolls
Then
told
let's
me
get
exactly
going.
where it's
I want to
at.
get there before my father has a chance to track us down.
Good point.
Not much. If you read any history, it shows
We have a
up
new
from time
quest
to
called
time,
Touching
but
the
it's hard
Sky
to track. As
to
far as
find
I know,
Ariel's
though,
bow.
It's never been held by a vampire. That would be a new one.
Just getting a little bit
Ariel
more
is one of the
information
Elven
from her.
gods. He's with the rest of them in Ethereus. The way I've heard it, the sun represents the connection from our world to theirs. Supposedly, the bow draws its energy from the sun itself, which is why it shows up in that prophecy. And that part, I don't know. Once we have it, hopefully it'll be
Okay.
obvious.
She doesn't know everything, but she knows enough. So I got the information, and then all of a sudden, we've got something out for us. I knew, and so everything stayed away while we were down there, and she's concerned that her father would find us. Well, guess what showed up?
That'll teach you.
No, I didn't want a mountain flower. A vampire thrall. So, if there's where there's vampire thralls, there's usually vampires. And she resurrected one of them. Like, oh, Serena. And there's another vampire thrall. Is that what all these are? Or is there a vampire? Oh, there's a vampire right there. So, there's a master vampire, a regular vampire. There's vampires everywhere. So, she's really been concerned that her father would find us. I'm thinking, okay, I gotta remember to use my staves more. Especially right here. I don't want to take a potion and I could take him out. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what do I have? I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I had a master vampire right there in my face. So hopefully I haven't contracted vampirism again. So, what is this? I think once someone gets turned into a vampire, I guess they have their old stuff on them that they had before. Oh, and I wanted to heal her. She was bent over. It's like, what is she doing? So there must have been another one up here, and I don't see it. Serena she needs healing. Oh, poor girl. I'm trying to get her healed up a little bit. You can see that happen pretty quick. She went from nothing to like 3/4. Unfortunately, her health bar is not staying on my screen, so I can't really tell. I think I got her in good enough shape to come down here and look and check these piles for anything. Notes or gold or any other kind of treasure that can be used. Lockpicks, obviously, gonna grab that. So just kind of looking around at these guys that we killed and see if there's anything else. And really, for how many we killed, it didn't seem like there was a whole lot laying around. I must have just missed them. Master Vampire. We already checked that one. And there's her resurrected one. Oh, I hate that. So, do a little more healing on her. I think she's all healed up. Get my destruction spells all set just in case we need them, because I don't know what's going to be in this cave as we leave. Double check to see if I'm a vampire, and I'm not, or that I got infected. At least it's not showing. I'll have to keep an eye on that. So at this point, I'm just really nervous about leaving, because there's a spider up there too, I guess. But I didn't know what we were going to come across in this cave. I mean, if they found us down there, are there more in here? So I was just being real careful. Beautiful though, beautiful place. Really interesting and different than a lot of the places we have to go to, with these shafts of light shining down. Just beautiful. It's like, how do we get out of here? Same way we came in. And that's going to be the way out right there. Beautiful shafts of light leading us out. And there's my horsey. So next up is to locate Ariel's bow. And it's a bit north from where we are. Quite a bit north, actually. So just looking to see where it is compared to where we are. And it's quite a long ways to go. Got to go through Workstad and probably Dragon's Bridge and cut across that way. Not sure, because I don't see any roads leading directly to it. But I do know that we got to go north. And also wanted to double check and see, do we have a whole lot of stuff we need to sell? It looks like my weight is 155 out of 325. So really not too bad a shape. And so we can really, if we want to, we can skip stopping by any towns. That's what I was looking for, to see, you know, what all do we have. We got that Meridia's beacon. So that's okay. The Dromoras will be coming into play here after a while, but
the sun is...
I know the sun is just not good for your skin. I understand. So I think that that's going to be a good place to leave it for today. I really appreciate you following me on this journey. I hope you will continue. Please subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. Give the video a like if you found it to be interesting. And I will see you next time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.